In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most gracious, the most merciful. We do come across several things in the life. These several things in the life irritate us, makes us a bit angry, test our patience. These patience testing small items are found available here and there every now and then. Every now and then. Quite often. In many of such situations and circumstances, we do get irritated. We do make ourselves angry because we think in such a manner, which makes us unhappy and angry. This anger of ours actually gets bursted, and we angrily engage the other person. Once we do engage the other person in an angry manner, in a bit insulting and threatening manner, usually we make the other person as our opponent or enemy, provided they are not weaker than us. They become our opponent. They do get engaged with us in a negative manner. They do respond us in an angry manner. Usually we do listen that do whatever you can. I shall continue. I am not going to stop. Because we have challenged the other person, and because we have hurted the ego of the other person. This challenging of the other person, this hurting the ego of the other person makes them our opponent, makes them somewhat our enemy, and they come to fight, they come to resist instead of complying, instead of cooperating, instead of stopping, instead of changing what they are doing. They become ready to fight with us. They fold their sleeves and to start fighting with us. This is how they react. This is how they react. And what was the right attitude? What was the wise attitude actually? I think so. The wise attitude was to ignore it. Wise attitude was to become patient and to wait till they themselves stop it automatically, or if at all they are not going to stop, then requesting them in a gentle manner that whatever you are doing is actually hurting me, and I will be obliged, I will be thankful to you if at all you don't do that. If at all you act in a different manner, I shall be very pleased with you, and I shall be somewhat obliged to you as well. I think so both of these are the wiser attitude. The people of the patience, the people who are strong enough, they people do not react in an angry manner, they do not react in a foolish manner. Rather, they act in a wise manner, and they become patient enough, and they become tolerant enough, and they try to ignore as much as they can, and then they try to keep themselves busy in the routine work. They don't discontinue whatever they are doing in a routine. They don't discontinue it because they know that if at all they do respond angrily, and if at all they do hurt the other people's feelings, if at all they do hurt the other people's ego, what is going to happen? A kind of squabbling, a kind of fight, a kind of war of words initially, and later on practical war will begin between the two of us, between the two of them, and that too over a non-issue. If at all somebody want to make it an issue, I think so. This is the best opportunity. But the people who are making the issues out of the non-issues, these people are foolish, and these people are their own worst enemies. They don't need the enemies because they themselves are the enemies of theirs. They themselves are the enemy of theirs. So the right approach is to be as tolerant as possible, to be as patient as possible, to be as strong as possible. And the strong people, they don't react in a haste, they don't react angrily, they don't irritate the other people because the other person has irritated us. Rather, they adopt a very wise approach, they adopt a very sensible approach, and they adopt a very civilized approach as well. As for the intelligent people are concerned, these intelligent people, they don't do that. They don't fight over the non issues, they don't make issues out of the non issues. This is the wise attitude, and this is the intelligent attitude. I remember Shujahat Hussain, a Pakistani politician from Gujarat. He used to say that matti dalo, put the mud on it, put the dirt on it, bury it. So many of the non-issues, he was of the view that don't make an issue out of it. He was of the view that it is far better to ignore the non-issues and not to make them issues at all, because making the issues out of the non-issues, this is not a wise approach. This is not an intelligent approach. This is not what the sensible people are found doing. This is not what the intelligent people are found doing. So ignoring it is by far the best attitude. Ignoring it, ignoring it, ignoring it is by far the best attitude ever. It is the attitude of the wise people, it is the attitude of the intelligent people, it is the attitude of the sensible people. Now it depends upon me and you what sort of attitude are we going to take, whether we are going to act in a foolish manner or we are going to act in a sensible manner. Sensibility, intelligence always leads us to ignoring maximum number of the non-issues or all the non-issues, and never ever try to make an issue out of the non-issues. Thank you.